Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. For the month of January, I have been offering to you what I call soul whispers, right? Words that just speak directly to your soul, offering peace and calmness and resilience. And these soul whispers that I have been offering this month have are for the purpose of stoking the embers, right? Within you, there is still a fire burning. I know sometimes it feels like I can't do one more thing, I can't take one more thing. I just don't have it in me to do anything else. It's funny because this morning, after receiving yet another email about a death in custody in a state prison, it just hit me like, it's exhausting, right? The work that I do, the advocacy, um, the interceding, all of that, it gets overwhelming sometimes. And you just say, okay, that's enough. I really can't do anything else. Um, but I've decided, the Spirit spoke to me to take the day and just do me, so to speak. Uh, watch movies that make me laugh, that make me feel good, and just leave the advocacy stuff alone for today. But I have been every Thursday that I was physically able to do so. I've been doing these stoke the ember moments with you. And today is the last day of January. And so I did not want to not do the stoke the ember, right? Because we're all going through something. My God, if it's not physical, it's spiritual, it's financial, it's emotional. We're all going through some things. And so I just want to respond, encourage you to stoke the embers, right? Stay focused on what's left inside of you. Don't worry about what left. Don't worry about who left. Don't worry about what is not producing. At this time, focus on stoking the embers in your life, the things that are producing, the things that are bringing you life, right? Focus on those things. And so today, as I close out this Stoke the Embers segment, I want to speak to you for just a moment about what is still burning, right? How do you recognize the embers that are still burning? When you and I've shared the example of those of us who've had fireplaces. You put the wood in, and then the fire burns high and bright and heated, and then over time the fire starts to go out. Why? Because you have to stoke the embers. When you stoke those embers, it causes the fire to reignite. And so that is the purpose of what I've been doing this month. And I hope somebody has been blessed by it, because I don't know. Nobody has responded to tell me that they heard the stoke the embers, um, soul whispers. But I hope that somebody has been blessed and encouraged not to give up, not to quit. Um, Sometimes life can wear you down. In our political environment right now, it's easy to be worn down. It's exhausting, nationally and locally. Um, it's just some days you can't stand it, you can't take it. So it is important that we focus on the positive things in our lives, the productive things in our lives, the things that are feeding our spirit, the things that are still burning inside our soul, right? Those visions, those dreams, those goals. Um, Tend to those, because they are still burning. They may not be burning as bright as you'd like for them to be, but they are still burning. Remember that you are here for a reason. There's purpose in you being here. And I want you to say this with me: I am not behind, I am still burning. I am not behind, I am still burning. And think about this: um, what intention will I carry forward? Not force it, but nurture it. What are you going to carry forward as we leave the January, the very first month of 2026, as you're moving into the next month of this year? We're moving into the season, right? What are you going to nurture? Focus on what you're going to tend to, what you're going to stoke, what you're going to build up, not forcing it. Because the thing about it, if you have a fire in your fireplace and there are no embers left, right? There's nothing. Everything is burnt completely up. Nothing but ashes. You can stoke it with the fire stick, fireplace poker thing all you want to, but you're not going to get any more fire until you put some substance in there that will reignite the fire. But what I'm saying to you is that you're not at that point now where you have lost all of your embers. You're not at the point where there's nothing left. There is something left. There is still something burning inside of you. And my job today, my assignment, is to encourage you to stoke the embers, right? Don't worry about the big, bright fire that's high and everybody can see it. Stoke the embers. Visualize a fire in the fireplace that is almost gone out, and visualize yourself stoking that thing, poking it, stirring it up, right? And not aggressively, not harshly, right? Not in anger, but with love and with the understanding that as I stoke these embers, my fire will be reignited. That's the message for you today. I decided, as I said, to do these Stoke the Embers Soul Whispers for the month of January. And I hope that somebody got something out of it that will encourage you as we're moving forward. I used January, I said multiple times that January was my month of pause. And by that, I meant not that I was just sitting around doing nothing, but I took some of the pressure off of my own self. Um, to try to make things be something that it wasn't, right? Trying to force things to happen, right? Um, Trying to offer things to people that they clearly did not want. So I use this month as a pause for me, spiritually, physically, emotionally, to reset some things and to release some things, right? There were some things that you saw me doing last year and the year before that you will not see me doing again because I have released those things. And as I've released, I've made room for what is now. I've made room for what I'm supposed to be doing in this season. And this is something else I want to share with those of you who are visionaries. Sometimes when you are planning things, you're creating things. Um, I had a young lady took me to a doctor's appointment yesterday out of town, and we were talking about creativity and how, as a creative, um, sometimes it's hard to have your room not have a whole lot of stuff in it because you're always creating, right? And you don't want to just shove it away somewhere in a box because you never know when you're going to go back and finish it, right? I was talking about all these concepts and ideas and things that I have in my mind and even on paper that have not been brought into fruition yet. But as a creative, I haven't stopped creating. I wake up in the middle of the night with new ideas. And so my point is that there always will be embers as long as you allow yourself to be free to receive them. Don't be discouraged if something didn't work. All right, maybe that just wasn't the right time, or it could be that this was not it for you, right? Move on to something else. Keep stoking those embers. I wanted to stop in today to encourage you with the last Stoke the Embers for the month of January. As we prepare to go into next month, I said the other day that January was my month of pause, helping me to prepare for what going into February. And as I move into February, then I can activate some of the things that I prepared during my month of pause. Because as I said, being in a state of pause doesn't mean you're not doing anything, doesn't mean you're not accomplishing anything. It just means that you're readjusting, realigning, if you will. And so when February comes in, you will be ready. You're already aligned with what is to come in the month of February. So I just wanted to encourage you with that today. Stoke those embers. Don't let them go out. I don't care how many people say, "Oh, that's a little bitty fire. That's not a big deal. That is not." Stoke the embers and be all that you can be. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day.